Sally McManus is the Secretary of the ACTU and joins us now. Sally, thanks for your time.
No worries, Steve. Good to be here.
Do you feel like the coalition just made industrial relations a key election issue?
I think they were always going to do that. I'm pretty certain behind closed doors, speaking to the leaders of big business, they've already well and truly promised to take rights off workers. Jane Hume just said it out loud on the weekend so everyone could hear it.
She said she wanted to have a review of these same job, same pay laws. That doesn't mean she's going to change them.
Well, this is the number one issue for the big mining companies, also other parts of big business. You've got to understand what those laws are. Basically, it's where companies were using labour hire as a wage-cutting exercise. So it was loved by people like Alan Joyce, who brought it in at Qantas, big mining companies like BHP, but not just them, a whole lot of them. And wherever you see the biggest companies in Australia starting to use a wage-cutting scheme, it's only a matter of time before it comes to others. And already workers have benefited from these laws by very big pay rises because the wage cutting was pretty extreme when they were there. You should note too, it's not just those laws, it's also multi-employer bargaining, rights for casuals, right to disconnect. She also said on the weekend that there'll be no pay rises, shouldn't have pay rises unless there's increases in productivity. So I think that's made it pretty clear. Multi-employer bargaining's already delivered really good pay rises for childcare workers, community workers, disability workers. Casuals have a right, if they want, to convert to permanent work. Right to disconnect, we've only just got that, so that's less than a month old now, those laws, and basically means that, you know, you don't have to work without being paid, so you don't have to answer calls at all time from your employer.
Let's go back to productivity. Increasing productivity is what this economy needs. What's wrong with linking productivity to pay rises?
Yeah, well, if productivity was linked to pay rises, that'd actually be a great thing, you know, because your average Australian would be $10,000 better off. Productivity over the last 10 years has not kept up at all with real wage growth. And so when they say, oh, productivity's got to go up and you'll get wage increases, well, that doesn't actually happen, unfortunately. So that's the first bit. I mean, secondly, you know, you try and measure productivity in a whole lot of industries in Australia and you'll have every economist scratching their head not knowing how to do it. Effectively, productivity and the way it's measured, those increases are really out of the control of your average worker. It's up to employers to invest in technology and things like that. It's just another way of saying, you know, we want to go back to how it was, where wages never grew.
Why are you concerned that these new right to disconnect laws could be under threat?
Oh, because they've said it. They've said it very clearly. When they came in, they said they'd repeal them. It was the 26th of August where all Australians got this right, Australian workers, and that's the right. If your employer is unreasonably contacting you out of hours and wanting you to work for free, not needing to do that now, this is something that's needed to deal with modern times where we've got smartphones. The fact that they say they hate that, I think says it all. Like, it's pretty crazy to say that people should be at the beck and call of unreasonable employers and work for free.